gonna try the increased dose of Zoloft just to see. Hello, welcome to the new week. Again, I'm really trying to stop with the hand thing. We are on our way to Target. We're on a scouting mission. We're trying to find Dollhouse type paraphernalia to find the sizing. So Joe is gonna make the girls a dollhouse for Christmas. And we are trying to decide like the sizing of it. I found a few that I liked online. I had posted a poll on Instagram and everyone was like, oh, Cape Craft, that's the best. And like a lot of people really liked it. We found like an open concept one that the girls could each attack from a different angle, because I remember from my childhood, like trying to compete with my sister to play with our dollhouse. And so I was like, oh, this would solve that. And then I sent it to him and he was like, yeah, that's great. And he started building it, the furniture for it. And then I realized how gigantic it was. So we're just gonna go and look and see what kind of doll do we even want it to be for. You know, like, do you build it for Barbies? Do you build it for other dolls? So we're gonna just go and scout and look and see, because he was making some prototype furniture and I was like, that's huge. What else do we need? We need like tissues, very boring things, our weekly Target outing, but that's where we are. If you're new, welcome. I'm Liz. I'm a family nurse practitioner, and these vlogs are my life inside and out of work as that. I don't think we have anything exciting going on this week. Monday, tomorrow, I have my like 6-week, which is actually 7-week follow-up for ZOLOFT, which I started, so we'll talk about more of that tomorrow. There's so many loud cars out right now. Avery is almost a week post-op from her tonsils out, and she's, you know, hit or miss. We're still well medicated. And yeah, that's where we are. Anything else that we missed? Joe says no. All right, I'll let you know.
I don't think so.
That's, I feel like, our life. It's just been like we're keeping ibuprofen and Tylenol in business. Avery did just switch to chewable ibuprofen and Tylenol, which has been life-changing because I was so tired of like washing the syringes and doing all the things. It was getting old. And Piper's teething, so I mean, we're like double whammy with the ibuprofen. All right, let's go on a dollhouse exploration mission. And if you have any insight on dollhouses, do let me know. Like, what size dolls? What do you like any that could be further inspiration for us? Joe's going to film his dollhouse making adventures, I think. Silent, he's not gonna talk over him, because that's what he didn't like about his whole YouTube channel thing, was having to speak. But he's gonna film sorry, like I said, everyone's out with their loud cars. He's gonna film the process, so that'll be pretty cool. But I just don't want it to be like the size of my actual home, which is how some of these are. He showed me the dimensions of the one I sent him, because I just sent it. I was like, oh, this looks cute. And
it's like a quarter of their room.
Enormous, like almost as tall. It's taller than the girls. I was like, never mind. I made an error. So we'll see. If you have any input, do tell me. What kind of dolls do you use? I don't even remember. Do we use Barbies? Rachel, tell me. I don't even remember. Look at you sitting in the cart. Your first time in a cart. Isn't that crazy? It's so weird to think about. Well, don't try to escape.
No, thank you.
This thing was like way too tight on her, so we had to let her free. But now you're gonna fall out. And Avery walks in Target now. Crazy. You're growing up before my eyes. Here. She's already embarrassed by my actions. She's always like, come on, Mom. People are looking at us. Okay, so here's the dollhouses. I think this is all they have. So this might not actually be helpful because we don't really know dolls. I guess we could see the dimensions. I thought they would have other dolls here. Super cute kitchen though. Look, put your little cup in the dispenser. Adorbs. We found more dollhouse stuff. Still no dollhouse people. Do people not put dolls in their dollhouses anymore? I mean, I don't blame them if you can have like a KitchenAid and all this other cool stuff. Well, all right, I found like these. I feel like that's not enough for a family though. And these might be too like fancy, but those might be the right size. Let's see. Do they go with, it's called a fashionable doll, 6 inches. I do like this size though. These are kind of like mini American Girl dolls, but this could work. They're like 6 inches. Maybe we should just go for that size. Could have a really weird combination of people. There's like these tiny dolls. Is Glitzy's like knockoff Barbie, and Lori is like tiny American Girl. Look, I found these. They're like not a whole family, but oh my gosh. They could have bunnies instead of humans. There's a store. I don't know what this is. And a cottage. Oh my gosh. Let's just buy these. They have cars and a shed and a camper.
You want me to not make one anymore?
Oh no, you can make one. We could just have foxes live in it, or elephants.
I think the fox family would be a good one.
That's actually adorable.
Do you want to go with this instead? It'll be a much more reasonably sized dollhouse.
Yeah, and I guess let's just make sure we can find people in case one day she wants people to go in it. But this is kind of cute.
What's with all the toilets? Like what?
I don't know. The youths. Stay in your chair, Pipey. Look how stinking cute.
I like that scale.
That's a little bit too small.
I mean, I would size it up a bit. I'm just saying, like, I like the scale of these animals better.
Yeah. Well, those other dolls we found online were like 6 inches tall, which is kind of what those girls down there, and that's a good size too.
You want to do that one instead?
How is this such a hard decision, Piper? How? Yeah, I think it's about 6 inches. We also found Chelsea's. Joe is unfamiliar with the Barbie family. He's like, I found this little Barbie. I'm like, yes, that's a Chelsea. There's different Barbies.
They're all named Chelsea?
Well, this is Barbie, yes. I think all the ones that size are. It's like, well, I guess they now call them like the Chelsea Club.
Piper.
But there's Stacy.
Look at your daughter.
Piper. Sit down. All right, we're gonna have to chest clip her in. But no, this is a good size. It looks to be about 6 inches tall. Let's aim for that, because then we could always buy her like these 6-inch dolls that she could play with, you know?
Chelsea.
And then like, yeah, so aim for like this size, because then we could get her like a horse, you know what I mean? Like,
Can we get one? Just so we have something to like build it to scale.
yeah.
Avery, can you hold this?
And then we could always like, if we wanted to later get like a camper, you know what I mean? Like things like that.
Airplane?
Yeah, then we would have like things to set. Okay, scouting mission complete. And then we can go with all the Barbie line. Unsure? Maybe? Well, that's what we're going with. I love these critters though. Chelsea could always have a cabin. Let's evacuate the premises before everyone hates us in this store. Yeah.
Before they take them away.
What would we watch it on?
I have to hook my Xbox up.
Does your Xbox even work?
Yeah.
If you want to get it, that's fine.
No, I don't want to get that one because I've seen it for...
I was looking at the Office box set
I don't know if we should get Blu-rays
before they remove it from us. We don't even have anything to watch a DVD on. So we came for tissues and a little doll. And we've got a mirror. This is actually Joe's mom sent me a birthday card with like Target money, and that's what I wanted to get with it. They finally had it in stock. So a mirror for our dining room, baby wipes, surprise. Tissues, good. What else do we find? A candle and this basket and this cute canister to like sit up on the shelves when they're done. Because I have no just like little decorations, and we have a lot of shelves to fill in. This is Joe's nightmare. He hates things that have no purpose. He's like, what's it for? I was like, just to look cute. He's like, huh. You're being a good sport about it.
I know.
The basket will have a purpose. It'll hold the remotes. All right, success. No one's fallen out of the cart.
We need all-purpose.
By some miracle.
Is it all-purpose that we're low on?
Probably.
I don't know if we're low on all-purpose. Or is it just glass?
Oh, we're definitely low on glass, as is apparently the entire store. Hey friends, it's the next day. Joe got our mirror hung. Do you like it that we got at Target yesterday? Oh, hey. Oh, it's not focused. There we are. Hi. I think it looks, nice. I can't tell if it was like too low, too high. I think that's a good spot for it because otherwise it kind of the ceilings are really high in here. So see, we're like centered in it, but there's still a lot of space above it. Unsure. This isn't finished. I need like books or something to like elevate it. I don't know. I can't just wait until my mom comes back because she literally just left like 3 days ago and be like, hey, can you just fix my house? Oh, but I'm about to have my telehealth appointment for my ZOLOFT check-in. So I thought we'd talk about that really quick. It's going okay. So I started like 7 weeks ago ZOLOFT for really bad anxiety, and it's definitely helped like some. I am still really nauseous all the time. I think that's just like a side effect that I will have. But I'm not gonna switch because like I said, I'm breastfeeding. So that's pretty much the one that they recommend when you're breastfeeding, and I don't want to switch to something. Some people like will let you take Prozac, but I'm like, I would rather just stick with the one that like we know is okay and deal with it, than stop breastfeeding or go on a different one. So for now, that's what we're gonna do. It gets definitely helpful. If I did my generalized anxiety disorder that GAD-7 like screening tool, it's lower. It's still pretty high. I haven't really, since I'm having side effects, I'm not sure I want to crank it up anymore because I'm only taking 50 milligrams. So I don't know, maybe I'll talk to her today and see if I could go up, but but I'm not really sure. Like I said, it's just, I don't know. I think some of it is not going to be able to be corrected by medication. Some of it is just like, I am just sad about like the state of the world. You know, I'm just frustrated and angry and feel like, I don't know if I had talked about this, but I felt like I had gone into things feeling like people were generally good. That was my belief prior to, I don't know, I guess the last year. And now I don't feel that way, and I'm just angry and sad, and that's still overwhelming. I still have like some chest pain. I've had like 1 or 2 of those events where I have a horrible chest pain again, and like feel like my heart's racing, which is an improvement. So it's definitely better. It's not all the way there. I'm still having a rough time. Like I feel overwhelmed still with a lot. Sometimes like I can't get anything done because I'm just feeling so overwhelmed. Okay, good, I have 5 minutes. I was like, when's my appointment? It's definitely better. I'm definitely glad I started it. I think I'm a little bit more pleasant to be around. We should probably ask Joe. Joe, am I more pleasant to be around? He says it's a trap. He's not answering us. I think I'm a little bit more pleasant, a little bit more patient, still quite irritable. My fuse is shorter than normal, but like, I definitely feel a little bit better, a little bit more enjoyment out of like usual activities, all of that. I'm still tired all the time, like just very blah, you know what I mean? Just like uninspired. Still a lot of like, I'm not good enough, but that's a little bit better. That had been like so bad, but that's getting a little bit better. So overall an improvement, we'll see. Maybe I'll try a slightly higher dose and then just see, but again, like I am just pretty nauseous and hot flashy and just like all these other things that I'm like, I don't really want any more of that. That's kind of the update on that. It's going. I hope you guys are all doing okay too. Getting the help that you need, and I hope you have access to the help you need, because that's a whole different thing. My last appointment for this was $210, and I'm sure today's is gonna be that because they charge you for the appointment and then the PHQ-9 and the GAD-7. So all of those things you can charge for. So I was like, this makes it so, Piper's trying to eat wood glue, so prohibitive to so many people, because all in all, this will be $600, like for your initial visit and then your 6-week follow-up. And then most people like to see you at the 3-month mark. And then hopefully I can go to every 6 months, but heaven forbid, it wasn't working and I needed to get seen more. No, Piper, that's so much money. So that's another stressor on top of it. It's just like, oh, but I'm gonna go to my appointment now. Piper somehow turned on the TV. Hey Google, please turn off the TV. There's our life update. Oh, you wanna tell them what else happened? This child just started walking yesterday. Just stood up and took off. I was like, are you kidding me? I'll try to catch that later for you so you can see. All right, I'm really gonna go now and try to log into this appointment. Okay, just finished my appointment. I'm gonna try the increased dose of Zoloft. So we're gonna go up to 75 just to see. We'll try it, we'll go up, and in worst case, I mean, if it doesn't work, if it gives me horrible side effects and it doesn't seem worth it, we'll just come back down. But that's where we are. We're gonna try. There we go. Friends. Hello. I'm feeling so anxious. I watched the presidential debate last night and that was a bad idea because then it made me so anxious and frustrated that then I was up all night and then I needed coffee to calm myself down or to wake up. Oh my gosh, my brain, because I didn't sleep at all. And now I'm caffeinated and anxious and it's just a mess. Probably shouldn't do that again. I'm gonna set you down, see if you can balance on my shaker cup thing. But I wanted to hop on here and just give you a little bit of an update. So I think I popped on and said like, yes, I upped it to 75 milligrams of the Zoloft because I've been feeling still really anxious, but yes, side effects. And I thought I'd talk about that a little bit more because some of you have asked about like an update on all of that. And so, which is very kind. Thanks for caring about me and all of this. So yeah, I thought I would just kind of give you a snapshot of where we are. I'm also seeing a lot of my patients coming in with anxiety. Yesterday, I saw 4 people with panic attacks coming in for that. And every day I'm seeing someone about a mental health concern. And I'm so glad people are coming in. But I wanted to address some things with it. So I guess I'll talk about mine and then we can talk about theirs. So with, I guess as my update, I am just feeling anxious about like still like everything. It's definitely less. So my GAD-7 score was cut in half. So that's a massive improvement. Before it was, I don't know, something really, it was high and now it's improved. It's still there. Mild depression symptoms, but I'm just so unmotivated to do anything, like absolutely anything. I think you guys have probably noticed, maybe you haven't. I have been uploading just the vlogs, I have not had the energy to, honestly, to do any other videos during the week. So, and I think that might continue for a little while. I have some that I'm working on, but I just don't have the motivation to do it, to be totally honest. By the time I get the girls down to bed, I just want to do nothing. This week I haven't exercised in like 2 weeks really. When my mom was here and I like to spend time with her and my aunt instead of exercising. And then this week I've been so tired and so unmotivated. So Joe and I tonight, I was like, we have to do something, like anything, because I know I'll feel better once I do it, but it's getting to that point of I just don't want to do it. And I've never, it's just really weird to me because I've never been, it's hard. Like I feel like such a failure with all this stuff because I'm usually a really motivated person, and I've never had it be to the point where I'm just like, I don't care. Like I really pride myself on consistency with this channel. I have always been, you know, like my topic video on Tuesdays and then my vlogs on Saturdays, and I have maintained that for like 2.5 years, very consistently, and I was like proud of that. And it took a lot of like hard work. This takes up a lot of time, but I like have really, you know, I feel like it's worth it and I enjoy it, and I just like doing this. And I haven't, not that I haven't wanted to, but I just haven't had the energy to do anything. You know, I have like a whole bunch of other like creative outlets and projects, and just don't find enjoyment in it. All I want to do is like listen to a podcast on my ear and play a game on my phone. And that's all I want to do. And it's, I know that's probably some like mild depression symptoms in there. I still have like fun and I enjoy life. It's just like the things I usually find enjoyable, you know, like I'm not into and don't have the motivation to do. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I think, I don't know, I know a lot of people are feeling that too, of just like not motivated, just like very blah. It's just hard. It seems so monotonous. Like life in general right now just seems so monotonous. Like what is there to really look forward? I don't want to say it like what's there to look forward to? Like there's definitely joy in every day. Like I said, I am feeling a lot more like happy in day-to-day life. I will say since starting the Zoloft, like that is so much better. I do find joy in like little things throughout the day, whereas before I was just stressed about every single thing throughout the day. And I can find like I feel like I like being a parent again. You know, not that I didn't like being a parent, but I have much more joy in my parenting. It's still very stressful, but like before I was just like everything was, instead of being like, oh, that's kind of funny and cute, I was just overwhelmed by it. So that's all getting better, but I'm like every day is the same kind of like we have nothing like to look forward to. And I know a lot of you are feeling that too. So that's kind of where I am with that. And I'm seeing it so much at work too. And I wanted to talk about that a little of just, I'm having so many patients come in, a lot of patients too that are a little bit older, like maybe they're in their, I guess this spans all ages, but especially with my patients who are in their 50s and 60s, and they're coming in and they're like having panic attacks, or they're just so anxious or so sad, or they can't sleep anymore, and they're having all these other symptoms of anxiety and depression, and they're like, well, I don't understand. They feel really embarrassed. A lot of them are crying and they're like, I've never struggled with anxiety or depression before, so like I don't understand why it's happening now. And they feel like they can't, like it's almost like a badge of honor that they haven't dealt with it before, and now they are, even though like it's not something to be like proud, or like you don't have to be proud that you've never had it, you know. It's not, I feel like that just kind of, there's such a stigma around it, you know, that people feel like they have to be proud that they avoided it, as if it's something that like brain chemistry can't be avoided, you know, like it's just brain chemistry. And so to those people, I have just been saying, you know, but you've never been you've never been anxious or depressed before, but have you ever lived through a pandemic? And most of them are like, yeah, no. I'm like, okay, so like that's new. This is new. Like this is something totally new for all of us. There's no playbook for it. We don't know how to cope with it. Things are changing constantly. Humans really like consistency, and this has torn the consistency out from under us. And you know, we don't have the normal things that make us happy. A lot of people, like, it's just totally different. So that's how I've been framing it with them. If you guys need any language around that for with your patients, or to just know yourself, like if you are beating yourself up and saying, hey, I've been feeling this way and I don't know why, I've never had this before. 1, it's not your fault. 2, you've never been in a pandemic before. And 3, like I said, it's not something to be ashamed about, that your brain chemistry is off. Like no one ever comes in and I'm like, oh, hey, you have hypothyroidism. And they're like, oh, like feel shameful about it. You know, like that's it's just like that. It's just your brain chemicals instead of your thyroid chemicals. So that's kind of where we are on that. It's hard right now. So I just wanted to keep it real with you and let you know things might be spotty here for a minute while I figure my life out because I'm not going anywhere. I just think, you know, before I kind of would just put my head down and deal with it and like grind through. And I think I'm gonna just like, I don't want to get burned out with this. And so I'm gonna take a step back here and there. And when I post a Tuesday video, there'll be one, maybe it'll be on a weird other random day. I'll still do some lives. So make sure you're subscribed and have the notifications on so that you'll get notified of like lives and stuff. But it might be a little bit here and there for a little while so that it's still something that I enjoy and not something that I'm just grinding through, because I don't feel like that would produce good quality anything. And I never want to resent it, you know, and I'm definitely approaching that level of, I think my brain just needs a break. You know, maybe I need to just veg out. I definitely will get back on the exercising train because that's really important I know I'll feel better. Side note, they're coming to fix my Peloton tomorrow. It had like a click, like something was wrong in the ball bearing of the flywheel. So they're coming tomorrow and I totally forgot. And I really need to like just clean up my bedroom because it looks like a laundry bomb went off of it, because instead of like putting the clothes away, I'm just like rifling through them, and the girls play in it all the time. So there's like underwear everywhere. So I'm glad they texted me today and they were like, is this time still work tomorrow? I was like, uh-huh. So that's good. I've still been able to ride it. It's just been like clicky. That's where we are with that. Thanks for listening to my rambles. If you are kind of feeling like a mess, it's okay. Not that it's okay, but like it is okay to not be okay right now is what I'm trying to say. So that's my tangent on that. I'm gonna go, Avery's first day at daycare was today. So today's day 10 post tonsillectomy, and she is doing a little bit better, like definitely better today, which is what all of you had told me. You said like get to day 10, and we're at day 10. And she was like, she had a really good hour or two this morning. Drop off was really hard. She like screamed and clung to me for dear life. I was like, don't leave me, mama. I was like, this is terrible now that you have words. Like before when you were a baby and I dropped you off and she was like, I was like, it's fine. Now they have words and that's terrible. So I'm gonna go see how they're doing there. She did send me a picture of her like eating a sandwich on the carpet looking much happier. So that was good for my soul. And work was crazy. I had it was either physicals or new patients all day. So I was like, oh my gosh. And like new patients who had like the world, everything was, or like just complicated things, you know, vague, complicated things. Nothing was easy today. So I'm not quite caught up on my charting, but I'm gonna go home because my brain's tired, and then I'll catch up with you guys later. Alrighty, so today I just went to go get my flu shot. Everybody go get your flu shots. Even though they're not perfect, they don't absolutely say you won't get the flu. It does reduce the chance that you will, and if you get it, it'll be less severe and reduce your chance of hospitalization. So go get your flu shot. There's my plug. I got mine today. Piper's gotten one of hers. Joe's gonna get it. Well, Joe's responsible for himself. He's gonna go get it. I think his job, I don't know. He was like, oh, my job's doing them. But then I was like, you don't have an office anymore because no one goes into work. I feel like that's a cop-out. And then Avery and Piper are going in 2 weeks. Then I went to my P.O. box and some more of you sent some goodies for Avery. So Kelsey and Malia and Casey, Rosita, thank you so much for the stickers and the sweet cards and the coffee gift card. I promise I'll buy it for Avery and not just drink all the coffee, but thank you. That was so, so sweet. And that's been our week. This morning I went, oh, my timer's going off. Hold on one moment. It's putting right there. I'm making French press. I was gonna go and get Starbucks on the way home, and you know, as like a, yay, I got my flu shot, and Joe as like a, I love you to Joe, but the quickly went out of my mind when I saw that the line went like around the building and then around the building next to it through the drive-thru, and I was like, yeah, never mind. I'll make French press when I get home. But that was my exciting outing of the day. This morning I went through all the toys. So usually when the toy bins get like 3/4 of the way full, stuff's gotta go. So I did my ruthless chopping of toys this morning, and then they can go get donated to kids who will actually use them, because when there's that many toys, the girls just get overwhelmed and they never end up even going into the bins, whereas if they can pull it out and see most of the stuff in the bin, they're way more likely to play with it. So, hi, you wanna say hi? So we did that. It was challenging because I did it with Avery awake. Usually I'll do it when she's not awake because she's like, I can't let anything go. But today she actually, I said like, you know, like, oh, I haven't seen you play with this. If I haven't seen him play with it in like a month, it either goes away into the baby bin or gone. And I was like, I haven't seen you play with some of these things. And initially she was like, you know, like, no, it's mine, I need it. And then a couple of them she was, like a lot of them, she was actually like, actually, no, I don't play with that anymore. I was like, I know. What are you reaching for? What are you reaching for? You want to show everybody how you walk? See her battle scars there that her sister gave to her. She started fighting back though. You want to come here? You can do more than crawl. Come on. Let's show them how you walk. I'm gonna let go of you. There you go. Oh, you got 2 steps. She's coming for you. Oh, and this is her new obsession. She just goes in here and reorganizes everything for me. Thank you, sis. You gonna make sure? Oh, thanks for finding that lid. She takes all the pump parts are under there, all the granola bar, and then under here we just have Tupperware, so it's all like stuff that she can get into. She just pulls it all out and it entertains her for a good long while. I'll be able to enjoy my coffee. It's great. And that has pretty much, I just went and picked up my refill with my increased dose of ZOLOFT. So I don't know if it's like, I sort of feel, I guess, maybe a little bit better. I don't know, it might be too soon to tell. The second, whenever you increase a dose though, it does work quicker than when you initially started. Like it took like 6 to 8 weeks because of the, just like it's already in your system. I mean, the full effect isn't there yet, but we'll see. I mean, I haven't had a horrible, like my hot flashes haven't gotten any worse and the nausea hasn't gotten any worse, which was what I was worried about. So we'll take it and we'll see if this makes me just feel a little bit, just kind of notch it down even a little bit more and we can find somewhere to sit. Avery is now, oh my gosh, I don't even know, day 15 post-op or something crazy, and she's fine during the day now. Well, she's like crankier than she normally is and she'll say her throat hurts, but it's nothing compared to where it was. But nighttime's still really hard. So tonsillectomies, man, I had no idea. I'm also just really annoyed. I don't know why we can't just give them a little bit of the good pain medicine to get them over the hump, but what do I know? All right, friends, thanks for hanging out with us as always. If you, I don't know where I was going there. Hope you're staying safe. You're taking care of your mental health. It is important and calm. I wish Avery's not here to tell us that, but Piper, you can say, stay calm. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Is that a good drum? Show us how you drum. No, you won't.